Mr. Fantastic has been added to Marvel Rivals, but people are wondering, is this character really good? Is he really bad? What's going on? So, I want to say something, and this might make people kind of upset if they planned on maining him, but right now I think he is probably the worst character, maybe potentially in the game, next to Black Widow and Iron Fist. Now, you may say, why is Iron Fist in that list? Isn't he really strong? Once you get outside bronze rank, you will quickly realize Iron Fist is not very good because he's very easy to play against. Iron Fist is a very strong character in 1v1s. He has an issue fighting people with groups, and when people see him use his right click, they just don't attack him, and basically makes him useless. Mr. Fantastic follows this same guideline and the same issue. So let's talk about what I mean with this. So Mr. Fantastic has a few abilities here. As you can see, his left click allows him to have a stretch punch. His right click allows him to grab. His E basically can pull you to a teammate or an enemy. If it's with a teammate, you get a little bit of shield, which is actually quite decent. Against an enemy, it does almost no damage, and you do get a shield, though, which is okay. And this is how you're going to build up your meter, is your E and your right click, which your right click basically grab an enemy, throw enemies together, or grab enemy, pull them to you. But here's the issue: is his damage is
That was simple.
eh. Now I don't believe that was full HP. I believe it's 5 hits to kill an enemy. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, look at my meter. It's already starting to go down, and it goes down very fast. It's not very slow, so it's hard to build up the meter. So the main way to play this guy is to do something like this. You use your E, right click, throw them together, kind of go in with the punches. Now you go into this mode, which doesn't last very long. It's like 6 seconds. The range is actually really bad in this mode, aside for the slap. Has way too many ways to play against this. One, you see him do that, you just ignore him, get away. Much like Iron Fist, you can just mostly ignore in this game for the part if you're sticking together with your team. Your healers ought to heal, and when they do try to get in on top of you, all your team turns around and just blitzes you down. Now, people will say, yeah, but his shift can make him immune to all damage, and he can reflect damage. So let's use his shift ability. You do this, you move very, very slowly, and yes, you can tank damage for about 3 seconds. Issue here is if no one hits you, this ability is actually useless, and then when you come out of your shift, the enemies can easily just focus you. It's very easy to land headshots on Mr. Fantastic when he does this, because as you can see, after the 3 seconds and you go back, your character kind of does that. So if you know where to aim, Hela's, Hawkeyes can literally just instantly dink you, and you're pretty much deleted off this game for the most part. And this is, by the way, not counting the other 50% of DPS characters that can just do insane amount of damage in like 1 second. And it's a very, very strange character because his ultimate, you would think, well, ultimates and Marvel Rivals is really, really where this game shines. Well, let's show his ultimate off. 1, 2, 3. I missed. That was very, very lackluster. Now, even if I would have hit those, and his mobility is absolute trash, where some characters, like half the roster, has actually quite decent mobility. Now, let's use this again. And I want to show it on a full health enemy, because you can kill enemies with this ultimate.
Your failure was inevitable.
But you have to land them, so that's something to keep in mind. Alright, let it for the spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Takes 4 hits, and as you've seen the first time that I landed 1, but I missed my 3rd bounce, which basically resulted in me in getting out of the ultimate faster, but it takes 4 of those hits to kill an enemy. Issue with this, you don't really have to do anything to avoid it. It's very hard to aim, as I said. Just understand the trajectory of where he's facing, and you can pretty much avoid it. Any ultimate in this game from supports will basically negate this outside of like 3, which would be Rocket, Adam, and Jeff. Well, Jeff technically, I guess, could in a weird way. But the ultimate itself just doesn't deal much damage because as you do the first bounce, there's time in between the second bounce, and healers like Sue, Mantis, Luna, literally all of them can just out heal your damage while you're doing it. So his ultimate is bad. Like,
Trouble has
honestly,
arrived.
using his ultimate is basically useless unless you're in maybe a small place. Like, we'll use it in here. I can kind of show this off. And you want to make sure you have some shield before you do this. So you want to kind of be like using this, and then now you want to go into his ultimate and use it like in a small space like that, where the damage is a lot faster since you're not going up as high. But in most situations, you're never going to have that.